I'm going to show you how I made over $30,000 by prioritizing utility NFTs over the other silly profile picture NFTs. So first, let me take you back to the beginning. It all started one day when I was down over $10,000 on my investments. All simply because I chose to invest in meme coins and profile picture NFT projects that I thought was gonna make me some sort of gazillionaire or billionaire, when in reality, I was just letting my emotions get the best of me. Fast forward, there was one reality I knew I had to accept first, and it was a difficult one to accept. I kept seeing people making these huge financial gains across Twitter and YouTube and all over the internet. And most of these gains were coming from, meme coins and profile picture NFTs and Bitcoin ordinals and all these new things coming out. It looked like a lot of fun, but the reality was that I was just seeing the winners only. My eyes would light up with greed. Sitting there just staring at the huge gains all across Twitter and all the highlights you see of people making these huge investments from $100 all the way up to $1 million. But somewhere deep down in my heart, I knew I was lying to myself. And I was being ignorant to the fact that most people lose their money in the crypto space. But then happened. I was met with the face of reality. I was sitting there $10,000 down in my crypto wallet and I was seeing red, and I chose to look at it. I was like, dang, I see red. And in that moment, I decided it was finally time to make a change. I decided to spend the next couple weeks sculpting and creating a new investment strategy that would be the one. I spent every hour of the day brainstorming, breaking down and sculpting exactly what I needed to do, how to take advantage of the markets to make money when most people aren't making money. How was I going to be the one to do it? And at last, my hard work ended up paying off. I was able to break down exactly what I needed to do to start seeing green. And I put my plan into effort, and just as expected, the change started coming, the profits started rolling in. Finally found the edge that I was looking for, and oh man, did it pay off. So you're probably wondering, what exactly did I do to change and make myself different from the rest of investors? How was I able to create a better investment plan for myself? Well, this is where you have to ask yourself one simple question. Are you able to accept that everything you see is manufactured and manipulated to make you make the wrong investment choices? If you're ready to accept that, we can get on in the next part. We can dive into the secret sauce. Now, if you're ready to get saucy, let's go. Okay, so first thing to understand is in almost every system, there's always some sort of manipulation. Influencers and investors will team up to make you invest in something they've already invested in way before you. This is called shilling. Now, most of you have probably heard of it. For the most part, it's always happening, either on a low-key level or an extreme level. So the first key to success is you've seen the project on Twitter or some sort of social media, you're most likely too late. See, investors want you to get interested in a crypto or NFT project when they want out. This will give them the best price possible for their exit, and you'll be left hanging onto something that will eventually die off. Though there is light at the end of the tunnel. Notice how I said that will eventually die off. This leads us to my next point. What if I told you you could invest in something that won't die off? See, a lot of you have probably faced an issue like this. You see an interesting or fun crypto or NFT project, so you go ahead and invest, and then eventually watch it drain into nothing. Sound like you? Well, there is a way to fix that. And to get into that, best way to look at crypto is to look into the past. See, when the Web 2 industry started popping off in the early 2000s, it was much like Web 3 today. Many new projects were starting out, and a lot of them got really popular, and many new projects were starting. To this day, many of those projects have died off. Now, if you can imagine, most of those projects that died off might have been really trendy or even popular at the time. So if you were a potential investor back in the Web 2 industry, most of your money might have been lost if you kept putting it into the newest or trendiest thing. But I have one question for you. What would have happened if you chose not to invest in the next trendy or popular meme coin or Web 2 website, rather, a thing that would have lasted till today? Like Google, for example, or Facebook, or Microsoft. you would have been a gazillionaire. But what makes these companies last so long? Well, I have just one answer for you. Utility. Not just utility that will last. So if you can choose to start searching for projects with actual utility, stop investing in crypto projects, you will find success. Now, this is all important information learned from the past, but half the equation is actually about the present. How do we make sure that we're actually making the correct financial investments based on present information? This is one of the major steps in creating and sculpting a successful investment plan. I had to take a step back and look at the ecosystem as a whole. I had to visualize, where will the money flow? Why will it flow there? How will it flow there? And when will it flow there? Once I figured this out, it was like unlocking the secrets of the gods. So the first way to look at it is, what makes something valuable? Well, it all depends on what it provides for you. The more it provides for you, the more valuable it is. So when you invest in a meme coin or an NFT project, it doesn't have much utility, that doesn't provide you much value, chances are you're gonna feel like that, NFT project or meme coin isn't very valuable at the end of the day. And if it's not making you any money, you're gonna feel it's not very valuable. And chances are there's a whole lot of other people feeling the exact same way. And just with those words right there, that's what helped me understand and visualize where the money will flow. If you can go to where the money will flow, you will successfully invest your money. See, most of the time when you're investing in a new NFT project or a meme coin, chances are when the next meme coin or next NFT project comes out, chances are you're most likely selling that one that you just bought. Chances are there's a whole lot of other people doing the exact same thing. So what happens when the next project, the next NFT, the next meme coin, the next crypto coin, what happens when the next one pops off on Twitter and you want to put your money in that? What happens when 99% of the other investors see the exact same thing? Well, everyone's gonna look to their portfolio. They're gonna ask themselves one simple thing. They're gonna say, I've got no money to invest. What do I sell first? Those are the key words, the most valuable words in the crypto space. What am I going to sell first? You can figure out what people are going to sell first, what they're going to sell last. That's where true value will come into play. Because the value of something will rise when it's the last thing to be sold. So what are you selling first? Are you selling that crypto project that has a lot of utility, that provides you with a lot of value? Maybe it gives you airdrop. Maybe it gives you access to something. Maybe it helps you in some sort of financial gain. Are you going to sell that first? No, you're most likely going to sell that crypto project, that NFT that has no value. Most of the time, that's going to be something like a profile picture NFT or some sort of meme coin. And that's the key right there. Utility projects will rise because less people are selling them, more people want them. At the end of the day, it's supply and demand. Utility, value, creates the demand. Now this all sounds like sunshines and rainbows, but at the end of the day, it's a lot harder than you think. For example, what exactly is utility? How do you know that the utility is even strong enough to last? This leaves us with our final teaching of the video. I see a lot of you came here to figure out exactly what projects I invested in. At the end of the video, I'm going to share that. But I think what's most important, most valuable to you as a viewer, to understand how to do it on your own. It's like the teach a man to fish analogy. I'd rather give you the tools that you need to figure this stuff out on your own. At the end of the day, it's going to be way more valuable than me telling you what project to invest in. But I know some of you are just here for the specifics, so we'll get to that later on. But yeah, so for me, utility can be broken up into 3 major categories. Realistically, there's like 10 different categories, but I think you put it into a simple 3 category thing, it makes it a lot easier. Number 1, to provide you access. Provide you access to a website, to a service, to a social group. Access. That's the first thing. Does it provide you access? How valuable is that access to you? How long will that access last? Will you still need that access 5 to 10 years from now? Number 2, is it gamified? Does it give you access to a game? Is it a part of a game ecosystem? Is it an NFT that you can use in the game? Most importantly, how fun is the game? Are you just investing in this game NFT because you want to make money? Or is the game actually fun? Because at the end of the day, there's no value that will be provided, financial gain, are people going to still play the game? If they are still going to play the game, then that game becomes valuable to people. Naturally, the prices will rise. And finally, number 3, financial utility. Does it multiply your financial gain? Does it give you anything financially? Does it help you in any sort of financial way? See, now the thing is, a lot of profile picture NFTs fall into this category a little bit. People invest in them because they see the utility as financial gain. The reality is, right now, a lot of these NFTs aren't going to give you anything financially because most people are selling them quickly, moving on to the next project, or put most of their money into the coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, some of the top coins. But there is one time that NFT projects will rise, and that will be closer towards the end of the bull run. Because when people start pulling their money out of coins, they're going to look for the next thing to invest. And after the bull run, there should be, that's where people start looking where to put their money next. Naturally, money will flow to NFTs and therefore flow into profile picture projects. But until then, they're not going to be very valuable now. So back to number 3, to give you financial gain. You know, something like the Mad Lads NFT project. You know, for every Mad Lad that someone held, they've received up to $20,000 worth of financial gain in airdrops and crypto coins that got dropped to them and so many other different accesses that they've gained. So that's a very valuable thing because the utility of it is major financial gain. But all of this doesn't really matter in the long run. Yes, it's good short term, but if you really want to have a good investment plan, you've got to think about everything as a long term. You know, investing is a battle against time. Most of the time you're trying to figure out how your investment can remain valuable over time. So the final question I ask you is, will I see myself still using this 5 to 10 years from now? Will it still provide me utility 5 to 10 years from now? Will it still provide me value 5 to 10 years from now? And will other people still see it as something valuable 5 to 10 years from now? If the answer is yes, then let me know in the comments what projects you're looking at. I am interested in those kinds of projects. Now, for the final sauce, all of you guys have been staying. If you want to know exactly what I invested in, and I will give you a little secret sauce. That is Pirate Nation. Now this is the gamified NFT. The utility is that it's gamified. Not only is the game fun, it has also provided me $30,000 worth of financial gain. It's also one of the only NFT projects that I have that is receiving a major airdrop. For every pirate I own, I'm probably going to be getting around $500 to $1,000 worth of cryptocurrency. So, you know, that's another $5,000 to $10,000 worth of financial gain that I still have yet to receive. This is only the beginning. This is all because I chose to invest in something that I could see lasting longer than any of the other projects, something that has actual utility. It's not going to be the first thing I sell when I want to put my money somewhere else. The game is actually fun. It provides value to people. It's entertaining, has financial gain, and it gives you access. So it nails all 3 of the utility categories, and also a project that will last a long time. If you're interested in more information, look up Pirate Nation. I wasn't sponsored to say this, I'm just glad I found it. All right, guys, thank you for watching.